All right, Shalom. First, start by sending all praise to you. Hallowed by Shem Shai, by Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Now, this is Portland protesters hurl rocks at police on 80th night of Black Lives Matter demonstrations. Riot declared and 2 officers hospitalized. Videos, and this probably was way more than 2 that got hospitalized. But that's because this is prophecy. It's still going on over there. So I'm gonna start with. Slovakia. The second Ezra chapter 9 verse 1, it says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And that's keeping up with the news media. Because while they got these protests going on, you still got this whole COVID-19 situation going on. It's just like, don't nobody care about it, And when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And the Lord has been visiting this place, man, via tempests and storms, or tempests and storms, same thing, fires, etc. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, get cut off. I'm going to start it again. It's 2 Ezra chapter 9. Verse 1, it says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which that's what you see, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all in the world is made, and like as all that is made in the world hath the beginning and the end is manifest. Right, man, and we seeing the end via these prophecies, which is this is what's going on in the news. Even so, the times also have of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. Right, and that's the elect being delivered via chariots. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall escape by his works. Right, so doing this work and watching these videos is what's going to save you. And by faith whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them, set them separate for me from the beginning, right? So the Lord got his chosen out here, man, and they're not gonna get caught up in this, because this is coming to America, and they're gonna actually just start killing people. So it says, the 80th night of Black Lives Matter protests in Portland turned violent, with police declaring yet another riot. Demonstrators threw rocks and projectiles at officers and their vehicles. Police said were hospitalized. More than 200 people showed up to an anti-police brutality protest in East Portland on Saturday night. What began as a peaceful demonstration later turned violent as protesters began moving into residential areas, throwing rocks and projectiles at police property and officers. It says Portland police eventually declared the demonstration a riot earlier on Sunday, arresting several people as they tried to clear the area. Footage captured by RT's Rupley video agency shows intense clashes as police deployed smoke grenades against protesters who refused to comply with warnings to leave the area. It says, according to the police statement, 2 officers were hospitalized following Saturday's night incident after both the cops were hit with a 10-pound rock. Police say the rock was thrown by an individual with clothing bearing the word press. And a lot of these guys out there is part of the establishment or like secret police and stuff that's actually helped kick these riots off and get this stuff hot and brewing. It says during the clashes, some activists reportedly painted graffiti on the Penumbra Kelly building, which is used by law enforcement. Police said another protester spray painted over a security camera at the building. It says Antifa protesters also tried blocking a street at one point by holding makeshift shields in a line, but the amateur barricade was almost immediately torn apart. It says while targeting the police buildings and federal property has been a staple of the Portland's protests since they began almost 3 months ago, following the death of George Floyd. More recently, demonstrators have begun marching in residential neighborhoods and ending private and personal, entering private property, requiring more of a police presence to disperse them. This is a protest in the city earlier on Saturday saw no police demonstrators at the Multnomah County Justice Center clashing with counter-protesters as paintballs and pepper spray were reportedly exchanged between the two sides. Shots were reportedly heard being fired at one point, but no injuries were declared. Police are currently investigating the incident. Federal officers have begun leaving the city of Portland, though some remain to protect federal property, with the responsibility to keep protests peaceful now falling on city and state officials. President Donald Trump has warned on multiple occasions that if the city officials could not control the ongoing protests, he will deploy federal officers once more. Right, man, so that's what's happening over there in the Middle East.
Why are you going to grab it? Why? It's a defense weapon! What are you doing?
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Honey, what's your name? I want to see your name. What's your name? What's your name? Giant?
Tell me why you keep popping tires, Brett?
Get on the sidewalk.
Why do you keep popping tires?
Lean out the back, stop engaging.
I'm on the sidewalk. I'm on the sidewalk. Stop touching me. I'm on the sidewalk. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. I'm on the sidewalk.
Don't interfere with them. Stay the west. Stay the west. Don't get to him. Stay the west.
I get to talk. I'm on the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk. Look out. Like I said again. On the sidewalk. There's a sidewalk that goes 25 feet. Let's keep being street.
Get on the sidewalk!
Sidewalk.
this Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Right? And these prophecies are happening. And this is prophecy, man. We at the end of Esau's kingdom. That's the reason why we're able to bring out these precepts the way we're bringing them out, man. Slovakia. The second Ezra chapter 6 verse 6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the part and center of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth, right, the end of the world and the beginning of the next world? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, right? So we bringing down Esau lies. That's all that mean, man. When we out there prophesying and putting up these videos and explaining them and letting you know what's coming and why it's happening, that's us bringing down Esau's lies, because Esau wants you to stay asleep. You know, it says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau, which is Esau the white man, is the end of the world, and Jacob, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, you know, starting with the elect, is the beginning of the world that followeth, right, man? So us bringing down Esau's lies via the truth is ending his society, man. You know. With that being said, call Allah, Yahweh Shema Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles and who will. It's salutations to the brother that's knowing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.